Several players who swapped the Allied Dunbar Premiership to come back to Irish domestic rugby. Fullback Simon Mason, once of Heart.
Comes up with a defensive start up, steal and loses really confidence.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing anything to get himself hyped up for the game and also raise the level of the team as well, give them some kind of energy.
The ball was tipped towards Graves. He could only tip it out of bounds, and it'll be a Jets ball.
Surprisingly, Bunyan's still in the game. Sean Bell's in, but Bunyan's still in the game, so they're still only playing with four guys on offense.
Foul called on Jonathan Bowe with the reach. That now foul number 4 on him.
4 fouls, something that they didn't need. Here we go. We've got Browning going into the lane. Right across the arm, obvious foul by Jonathan Bowe. He's just been better off just moving his feet and just playing straight up defense.
Chester looking for their first lead since early in the first quarter. 10-9 they led now, then 60-59 they lead now.
So I think Jimmy Brandon will probably be seeing how far he can go by staying close. Then he'll definitely have to use up his timeout, if not for tactical purposes, just to give his guys a blow, let them know what he needs them to do on offense so they can come home and try and finish this game up with a win.
Chester coming with some full court pressure. Ian McLean getting ready to check in now for the Rocks. Edinburgh with just 3 points in just over 4 minutes here in the fourth quarter.
Really struggling to score on offense.
Berry through the middle does something about it.
And Berry makes it look so easy, slicing through the defense with an easy jump shot.
We're tied at 61, 5.5 to go. The throw pass is thrown away, it's out of bounds, it's a Rocks ball.
Excellent defense by Edinburgh, gives them a chance to get Ian McLean in the game. Bunyan comes out. Great move by Jimmy Brandon. So here's what's going to happen. Magruder will be matched up against somebody who's going to be quicker than him and more effective than him, so he will not be able to move his feet as fast as he'd like to. So look for Edinburgh to try and take advantage of this.
Magruder matched up against Ian McLean. Let's see if they do try and go to work on Prentice Magruder, still limping from that ankle injury he suffered in the third quarter, as Sean Bell goes strong to the hole and draws the foul. Meldrum is the offender, number 2 on him.
Great recognition by Sean Bell, seeing the lane, drives it hard, collects the foul, go to the line for 2. Sean Bell shooting an abysmal percentage from the free throw line right now.
4 of 7, 57%. 4 of 8, 50%.
So if Chester need to foul somebody down the stretch, that's the man to go to.
And they may well need to. This one very, very close. Nothing between the sides at the minute. 61 points apiece, 5 minutes to go. The 3 from the side is out, and it's good work from Ted Berry to knock it off Warburton, and the Rocks will quickly run it back.
Jimmy Brandon's trying to come down the floor, he wants a fast break so he can get an easy basket. He doesn't really want to get set up in a half court set. He wants to come down the floor and try and get an easy basket for somebody.
Berry. Bowe, shot clock ticking down. Bowe loses it, it comes out to Berry. Shot clock still going down. Berry, did he run out of court? Yes, he did, said the referee. It'll be a Chester ball. We're tied at 61, Gray, as we see Ted Berry just step out of court. 4.5 to go, who's winning?
I'll still stick with Chester. I'd like Edinburgh to win, but I'll still stick with Chester because they've been in this position time and time again against good quality teams.
McLean is called on for foul number 4. That is now 3 Rocks players on 4, and Brad Weedle has already fouled out.
Definitely could be a problem for Edinburgh coming down the stretch with all these guys, and as we look at the foul count here, McLean, Bowe and Graves all on 4 fouls, so one more from any of those, it's bye-bye.
The foul trouble almost non-existent for Chester, 3 guys on 3. As Meldrum goes through the middle to give Chester back the lead.
See He takes it against Brendan Graves, a great shot blocker, but, you know, with 4 fouls, he can't be as aggressive as he'd like to be, so he had to hold his ground just to save the foul.
The delay in game just because Magruder was tying up his shoelace, and they'll reset.
I can't believe that Edinburgh are not trying to attack Magruder with the bigger McLean on him inside the post area. He's limping, he's not running the floor very well, and he's struggling to literally walk.
Berry through the middle got hit hard. I think it was Mavis who hit him. Yes, it was, said the referee, number 2.
Great penetration here by Ted Berry, gets hacked. There's nothing you can do about that, or else that's an automatic score as far as Ted's concerned.
Ted Berry goes to the line. Andre, free throws win ball games.
Yeah, we said both teams are shooting coming into this game less than 70%. So, you know, they're definitely proving that tonight. Like I said, somebody has got to step up the free throw shooting, because I suspect a lot of fouls will be called in the last 3 minutes.
It's a one-point game. Meldrum trying to go on McLean in the baseline. Oh, right through the hands of Warburton. It was saved needlessly by Bow. He could have let it go out of bounds. Instead, the Jets get it back. The 3 won't go. Graves fighting for it with Browning. And it's a Jets ball, and Jimmy Brandon is livid on the sideline.
Yeah, lucky break for Chester. Lucky break for Chester.
The Rocks fans opposite us in the blue hair stood on their feet, nervously cheering for their team. They're desperate to see the home victory. Browning through the middle all the way, somehow didn't get it to go. Back on the Rocks, a chance to regain the lead with Berry. Berry with the quick step. Berry up. Oh, great play by Ted Berry.
That's what I said. This guy is just unbelievable. Here he is. Takes it against bigger players on the inside. Browning kisses it nicely off the window.
Stolen away by Brendan Graves. And the Rocks will come forward. And there's a few more fans on their feet on the far side.
Definitely Edinburgh playing out of their skins on the defensive end, doing what they have to do to come up with the win.
Here's Berry once again. He drives through the middle, finds Graves from the foul line. Big Graves! And the crowd here is on their feet. They're going wild. It's really noisy in the house tonight.
They're sensing it. They're sensing it with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. But one thing you got to understand, 2 minutes, every time a basket is scored, the shot clock stops.
Meldrum to tie it, he can. It's a rebound. Away come the Rocks. Behind the back to Berry.
That's a foul. That's an intentional. That's got to be. That's got to be. But no.
The foul is called. It's a holding foul. I think you mean unsportsmanlike. You're showing your age with that.
Yeah, I'm getting on. But definitely, it didn't look like he was trying to go after the basketball. The rules state, if he's going after the basketball as a hard foul, fine, just a regular foul. But to me, it looks like he was just trying to keep him on the floor just so he wouldn't get a shot off.
What it is, though, it is the 4th personal foul on Nick Browning. He is the Jets' leading scorer with 18. Robbie Pears has called a timeout. What is he going to say here?
He's going to have to tell his guys, first of all, take care of the basketball, too many turnovers. Secondly, make him play defense on the other end and try and come up with an easy score.
Now, what is the key factor for Edinburgh? Do they look now to start to run 25-second offenses, or do they keep going the way they're going?
They need to keep going the way they're going. When you start playing passive, trying to protect the lead, that's when you lose the lead. Okay, you need to start, you know, once again, like they've been doing, coming down with the rebounds, fast breaking, because when they fast break, they get easy points.
10-10 here in the 4th quarter. Remember, it was 8-3 at one stage for Chester. Edinburgh really come back here.
Yeah, that's what we're just now talking about, fast break points. They haven't scored any of those points off set offensive plays. They've scored those points on fast breaks.
Now the Rocks have hit the last 5 without reply. Ted Berry going to the line to try and make it 7. Basketball is a momentum game, Andre.
Yeah, it's all about momentum swings. It's all about who's got the flow. And here comes the 6th man into the game, the crowd. The crowd are really getting behind their players.
The noise here is unbelievable. I'm having difficulty hearing Andre with headphones, and he's sat right next to me.
Like I said, unbelievable atmosphere here in the Better Bank Arena. We talk about free throws, we talk about free throws. It's all about the free throws, and this is where you got to connect on them.
Berry with a chance to take his personal tally to 20 and the lead to 4. He does so, leads all scorers.
He's upset that he missed that first one.
That's the Ted Berry fan club over there. Here's Magruder now for the Jets. 2:15 to go. It's a 4-point Rocks lead, looking for their first home win of the season. Defense the cry from the home fans. Magruder with a good pass inside. Meldrum drives. Meldrum under pressure.
Oh,
Pass. Tough play.
Great move. Felt the contact, did the double pump, and still kissed it in off the glass.
Here's Ted Berry, the man of the moment for the Rocks. Hands over to Bell. They're going to look to try and take some of this time off the clock. Everybody in the place tonight on their feet. All the fans. Bell to the hole.
Oh, makes the big layup. Unbelievable shot, Sean Bell. Great.
1:44 to go. It's a 4-point game.
Great recognition once again. He loves that right-hand side. He loves that running little layup, and once again he connects on it.
Magruder for the Jets. Lobbed inside, under pressure from Graves is Warburton. He converts. It's a 2-point game. You're still staying with the Jets, right?
I'm still going to stay with the Jets, but the thing is, I want Edinburgh to win because I want to see this crowd explode once they give their home fans their first win.
I'm going with the Rocks right now. Oh! What's the call? What's the call? Wait.
Oh!
Overruled.
Referee's overruled.
Overruled. Roger Harrison came in and overruled Neil Wilkinson on the call. Wilkinson was going to call a travel. As we take a look at it here comes McLean. He gets tripped through the middle. He was going to call a travel. The other referee, Roger Harrison, up the top with the better look of it, calls a foul on Meldrum.
Yeah, it can go either way, but once again, we're going to the free throw line. McLean, thus far, shooting 50%, has only taken 1 trip there. He's 1 of 2. So he really needs to connect on this just to give Edinburgh that extra cushion that they need.
Ian McLean, born just up the road here in Musselburgh.
You gotta love this game.
I was about to say bring the fans to their feet. They're there already. Everybody in the place standing. Graves with the tip and
Offensive rebound.
he gets the board. He's doing it all here. Will the Rocks take some time off the clock? They lead by 3. There's 1:10 to go.
Yeah, they can just try and run the clock, keep passing, setting screens, wear them down, and then come up with a nice easy shot right at the end.
Now they're going to look to go with 10 on the shot clock. Here goes Berry. Berry kicks round. McLean in the corner for a long 2. Graves tips it, but it comes down in the hands of Mavis. We're inside the final 50.
50 seconds, no three-pointers. Find a three-point shooter. Mavis wide open.
Meldrum to tie it. No. Offensive board is put back in on the far side by Warburton. 38 to go. It's a 1-point ball game.
Sean Bell needs to come back and get this ball over the halfway line before he gets called for a 10.
Chester are going to get another chance to come back, assuming there's no offensive rebound. There's the shot clock. There's about, I would say, 7 seconds between shot and game. Stolen away by Magruder. Jump ball, great play. Great play by Prentice Magruder, but Bo recovered to wrap him up for a jump ball.
Yeah, it was either that or a wide open layup, and it's good play by Bo to actually risk that 5th foul and go in there.
20 seconds to go, 70-69. Robbie Pears calls a timeout. Now, when you call a timeout like this, do you set up a play assuming he's going to win the jump ball?
Personally, I wouldn't call a timeout. I'd just let the jump ball go and then see what happens after that. You don't know where the jump ball is going to go. But he's probably going to talk to them defensively. If they get the jump ball, are they going to foul? Are they going to let the shot clock run down? Or are they going to put them on the free throw line? Offensively, what do they run when they go down there? Are they looking for a three-pointer? Are they looking to catch somebody on the inside, try and get an easy score? My bet would be try and get the ball on the inside, try and get an easy score with either Warburton or Browning, as Browning shoots 60% from the field for the season.
What about Edinburgh? If they come up with the ball, what do they look to do?
Well, if Edinburgh come up with the basketball, they will basically look to set screens, move the ball. They've got a 1-point lead. They don't need to score, but they know who they want on the free throw line. So all the weaker free throw shooters, they need to keep the ball out of their hands. Those guys need to set screens.
What about Magruder here? He's going for the jump ball. He's the one with the ankle problem. That might affect him.
Yeah, but usually teams will come up with Mickey Mouse plays if you know you're definitely going to lose the jump ball. So it'll be interesting to see what Chester does.
They're on their feet in the Meadowbank tonight. It's Prentice Magruder against Jonathan Bowe in probably the biggest jump ball this venue has seen this year.
Most definitely. Jimmy Brandon working the sidelines, working his players, letting them know exactly where he wants him to go.
The whole crowd behind Bowe willing him to win this jump ball, and he does. Graves has it, and Graves is immediately fouled. He'll go to the line. Brendan Graves shooting well from the line tonight, 2 of 3.
And for the season, he's shooting, he's shooting very well from the free throw line. So it'll be interesting to see.
Brendan Graves leads the league in free throw shooting so far this season. Don't want to put a curse on him, but he's 17 of 18 before tonight, which makes him 19 of 21, I think. Silence from the home fans as he fires up. Yes, it's good. If he makes this, Chester need a 3 to tie. This is a very big shot. Once again, silence descends on the Meadowbank. He missed it off the back of the ring, chased it down himself, and it's a 2-point game.
Solid defense from Edinburgh here. Make sure you find the 3-point shooters. Don't allow anybody any open looks.
It's inside. Warburton, time ticking down the 3.
No.
The 3 goes. What a huge thing. But here comes Berry. Berry with the last chance to win it. Berry! Yeah! Berry on the buzzer. What an unbelievable finish. Magruder throws it. It's all over. The Edinburgh Rocks have won their first home game. And would you look at them? The celebrations are unbelievable.
Look at this crowd goes. It looks like they've actually just won a championship in this building. Unbelievable. And the look on Jimmy Brandon's face is one of relief.
Tell me about that last couple of seconds there, Andre. Unbelievable.
Yeah, unbelievable. We're talking defend the 3-point shooters. They didn't do it. They found a 3-point shooter, wide open 3-point shot. And the thing is, they didn't drop their head. They got the ball straight to Ted Berry. Ted Berry knew exactly what he wanted to do. Score. He got hit near enough 3 times going for that jump shot. Cans a jump shot with absolutely no seconds left on the shot clock. Unbelievable play.
Now, that's one of the great things about this ruling is the clock stops. Had that been last year, time of it expired and Edinburgh had lost.
Exactly. I mean, it's great because if you run out of timeouts, you still got the clock on your side. Excellent move.
All right, it's been the first home win of the season for Edinburgh, and don't them fans know about it?
What a great basketball game. Edinburgh win by 173-72. Suzanne Danda was down on the floor with the man of the match. If he can make free throws, he really has it going on. It's Mr. Ted Berry.
Thanks very much, Kev. I'm not sure whether you can hear us. It is such an atmosphere down here. Ted, how did you feel with that last shot?
I just wanted to get it up and hopefully to go in. I mean, as you can hear, we got a great crowd. I want to get them a win so bad. I'm just glad we won the game.
You guys came out tonight with such a good start. You came here to play, you came to win, didn't you?
Yeah, we came to win. I mean, usually we do start off good. It's that 3rd quarter, and we had that problem tonight. But hopefully, I mean, we're glad I got in the 4th quarter. We hung tough and we won.
Well, one of the key things in the early part of that game, offensive rebounding, you completely outplayed them in the early part of that game tonight.
I mean, I got to give thanks to Brendan Graves. I mean, that's his game to hit the boards and kick it out. And he played good tonight. We played tough tonight, and that's the key.
Now, they made a bit of a comeback in the 2nd quarter. What gave them that comeback? What happened to you guys or them?
I think we fall asleep sometimes during the game, and usually they hurt us, but tonight we played tough. We regrouped, and we got the win. Oh, my goodness. That's great.
You've got a great crowd behind you. I'm sure you can hear what's going on down here. Turnovers were a bit of a problem. They started to score very well off the turnovers in that 3rd quarter.
They came out the 3rd quarter with some aggressive defense, and we knew they were going to come out like that because most teams do that. We played through it. We got to win.
One of the key things that we noticed in the very first half was the confidence you guys came out and played with.
I mean, we've been going over that all week. I mean, that was the main thing Coach told us. In order to win, you got to know you're going to win. And we try to come out with some confidence, like you said, and play aggressive. That's the main thing.
That's the 2nd win of the season. Congratulations to you, Ted. You had a fantastic game, and well done to the rest of the team.
Thank you, baby.
Back to you, Ken.
Thank you Suzanne. Final score 73-72. And if Ted Berry is 6 feet tall, Suzanne Dando must have done a lot of growing over the last couple weeks. But a great basketball game.
Excellent. I'm glad I was here. You had excitement, you had intensity, you had great defense, great shooting, great execution. It was just, you couldn't ask for anything more in a basketball game.
And they've been in this situation before. Mavis hits the three-pointer. Ted Berry against one of the first games of the season for Edinburgh against the London Towers.
Yeah.
Same type of situation, but great three-pointer by Andrew Mavis.
Oh, yeah. I mean, as we spoke about it before, we said that how you needed to defend the three-point shooters. They did a good job of getting it inside, and then they kicked it right back outside to Mavis, who, you know, shooting 50% from the three-point line. You know he's going to make it.
And now the clock doesn't stop like it used to. Barry gets the ball, pushes it down the floor. This is a great defense by Magruder. I mean, you can't play defense any better than that.
You can't ask for anything more than that. I mean, he went up with him. He even fouled him, but Ted Berry just stayed with it, kept his concentration. But as we all know, no such thing as a foul in the last couple of seconds of a basketball game. Great concentration by Ted Berry.
Big win for Edinburgh.
Yeah, this is going to get their confidence going. They're now feeling that, hey, we can actually win basketball games now. The crowd are feeling it, and you can feel the electricity in this crowd. And I thought they were the ones that brought them home in that last 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
One of the guys that helped bring them home come up with big blocks. Didn't convert on the inside, but big blocks, Brendan Graves.
Brendan Graves played an excellent defensive job. He worked his men on the inside. Here he comes from the weak side. Warburton thought he had a wide open look at the basket, and he gives him the block, and then it's off to the races for Edinburgh.
Great job by the entire basketball team. Warburton comes up with some big plays for Chester also.
Most definitely. He was struggling in the first half. He only had, I believe, about 5 points. But then, he turned on his offensive game, goes inside once again, gets a nice little roll on the inside. So he came up real big in the second half.
And Ted Berry has to have the move of the game.
Oh, man, unbelievable. I mean, this guy he did everything today. Like you said, he's the most explosive, gifted guy in the Budweiser League as far as guard position. Here he is, sees one player, shakes him to the left, goes baseline, rises above the bigger Warburton and kisses it off the backboard. Unbelievable play.
Okay, Suzanne Dando is down on the floor with two big guys from today's game.
Thanks very much, Kev. Brendan Graves, what did you feel like on the free throw line right at the very end there?
I felt pretty confident going into it. I hit the first one, felt good. The second one, I could tell when it left my hand it was going to be long. I tried to get in for the rebound, but I just couldn't get there.
Well, you lead the league in free throws, but it's always difficult, isn't it, at such an intense moment?
Yeah, I haven't been put in that situation yet this season, and I'm not sure if I'll be leading the league after tonight. I think I missed a couple.
Well, Ian, we've got to come across to you, talk about free throws as well, because you were 50% throughout this game, and then, of course, you had to go to the line as well.
Didn't really feel a bit nervous. The first one goes down, it's, that helps you settle, and the second one I thought, well, let's miss this one and get a rebound, and get a possession, and that's exactly what happened.
I bet your heart sank when this three-pointer down this end went in right at the very end there.
Yeah, it did, because I was guarding him. I felt a whole lot better, as I said, 4 seconds later, though. But, no, it was tough, it was my match-up. But, you've got to knock those shots down, and he did, give him that. But, we hung in there, and, I think we deserved this one.
You did deserve it. You all played so well. But defensive intensity was so strong from you guys tonight, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. They have a lot of weapons offensively, and, we were constantly on our toes. Had to be careful. We didn't know when the next attack was coming from, where it was coming from. So, yeah, I think we stepped up our defense a lot to match up with these guys.
Well, certainly offensive rebounding, you won the game on that one tonight as well, especially in the early part of this game. Yeah, although I have to give them credit too. They were getting a lot of offensive boards. I think it was a really physical game, rebounding-wise. I like them like that. And just quickly, and the commentators were saying that what a good veteran player you are, a sign of a good veteran. You made some good decisions out there tonight.
Yeah, the old head, the old legs, both of them are still there, sort of. But no, as I say, we deserved it, and I'll worry about how sore I'm going to be in the morning. I wouldn't worry. Congratulations, well done. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Back to you, Kev.
Those guys came up big today for the Edinburgh Rocks. One of the things that made me just keep wondering during the game, when Prentice Magruder comes back in with an ankle injury, did they attack him enough?
No, they didn't. I felt that they would have gone straight to him, especially with the bigger McLean on him, tried to post him up on the inside, because there was nothing Magruder could have done about that defensively. But they didn't really look to go to it, especially on the different mismatches. And, Jimmy recognized it by getting all his scoring guys in the game. But, you know, they just didn't attack it enough, I felt, on the offensive end.
And I have a question about Jimmy Brandon. Is he trying to get in with the Scottish people? Because he had a play called Braveheart. Now, come on. What's up with
Oh, man. I mean, you know, even before this game, we saw the guys coming in with the bagpipes and everything else. I mean, he had everything on his side tonight. I mean, he had intensity from his players. And like what we said at the beginning of the show, we said somebody else needed to help Ted Berry. And the whole team literally stepped up. We're talking guys with like 4 fouls, managed to keep their head in the game and stay in the game and just play hard.
Okay, the man of the match is down on the floor. It's Mr. Jimmy Brandon.
Thanks very much, Kev. Now, those two upstairs think you're trying to get in with the Scots. What's still the Braveheart bit?
Every place I've ever been, I've tried to incorporate the names of the plays that represent the area that I'm in. So it's just suited that we call some of the plays that we have Scottish names. And, you know, the crowd's been very fantastic as far as being behind us.
You're going to go through all the battles that the Scots have had with the English over the years.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, we've got a few names for our team players, and we have got a play called Tartan. You know, I'm sure Kevin's dissected up there, but yeah, it's really good. And it's nice flavor up here. As you saw, we came out with the bagpipers, and you know, just the flavor and the passion for sport up here is just amazing.
Well, that was shown tonight with the crowd. They were loud and they were supportive. 2 consecutive league wins, Jimmy. You must feel that things are starting to turn for you.
Yeah, we are. It was quite frustrating because, you know, a lot of the losses that we had earlier on, they're pretty close. You know, we've only been beaten soundly twice, one by Sheffield, one by Manchester, which I'm sure a few teams have suffered that to them. But I think we've been competitive most of the time, but not really finishing it properly. It was really good for me to see the guys step up and finish the game. You know, they hit a tough 3-pointer down the stretch, and we could have maybe folded, gone to overtime, but, you know, Teddy kept his head and went at him and scored.
Well, you give up a little bit of height to Chester, and you don't have the luxury of the bench. But, you know, you were bench scoring tonight. Everyone in that team did their little bit, didn't they? Yeah, and that's the theme that I like. It's what I started down in Sheffield. You know, Chris Finch's done a marvelous job. I'm so proud of him keeping it going, and you know, I would like to try to get that going here. I've even got my babies, Brandon's babes, are still here on this team. We've got some young Scottish kids who come out and giving their all, and they're developing. So hopefully, I keep my fingers crossed, so I'm able to be successful in developing a franchise here. Well, you made us sweat tonight, but congratulations. It was a 1-point win. It was a good win. Well done, Jim. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Our congratulations out to Jimmy Brandon, who I thought did an excellent job of coaching. I thought one of the things that he really caught today was the timeouts. He did a job of controlling the tempo of the game with his timeouts.
Yes, he did. You saw at the beginning of the 3rd quarter when they were struggling to score. I think it was about 4 or 5 offenses, and he knew he couldn't get anything. So what does he do? Use up one of his timeouts. Gamble used up one of his timeouts early, but they came back, and they came back on what, an 8-0 run. So it's definitely a good use of the timeout.
One of the things that's happening next week, we have our game of the week is the London Towers against the Manchester Giants, Jimmy's former team. What do you think of that game? Well, and our former team.
I mean, you and I were both sitting on the sidelines, but I mean, it's always a grudge match. It's still going to be a grudge match, and you're talking like one of the biggest names in basketball, London Towers, who have won trophies, and Manchester still in search.
Okay, so make sure you tune in for that. But until next week, remember, this is the greatest sport on earth. We hope you tune in, and remember, if you want style in basketball, there's no question about it. It's the British game.